research station in the upper right, or the top side of the map, our Blue Protoss player, Blue Terran player from MVP, its center. And, well, I believe this was an attempt at proxying in base, but it's going to be completely shut down by the fact that center has built a supply depot as well. So we cut the break short for nothing. Oh, damn it. In the bottom side of the map, our red Protoss player, it's Hurricane here. So yeah, I get the feeling his initial plan here has been shut down. He is harassing right now. One of these SCVs is getting very low on hit points. We'll begin mining here as this probe is going to keep moving around. And keep an eye on that. Might actually grab another shot there, and it will grab a shot. That SCV getting very low. 2 hits away from death. Is going to get repaired up a little bit. Still only 2 hits away from death though. As this probe still just being annoying here. It's making the best of a bad situation, I suppose you could say. Center going for command center first, I think. And so Hurricane's going to go for command center Nexus first, because, you know, if his opponent's doing it, why shouldn't he? Command center drops down. And the Nexus drops down at the same time. So Nexus first versus Command Center first here at the start of game number 2. Yeah, kind of an interesting start, as he is going to try and get that SCV. Ah! It's 1 hit away from death. He probably could have got it there. First barracks comes down now, and his probe's still just trying to be annoying. Gateway on the way here for Hurricane. We're probably going to see a pretty slow start to the second game now. Probe still just moving around. Refinery going to come down in this main base as well. Nexus and Command Center both about 75% of the way done here. There's just a single barracks for Center. That's actually really interesting. Single barracks goes into a gas afterwards. I mean, usually with Command Center first against Protoss players, you usually just always see double rocks follow up, but I guess he just feels very safe in doing this here. And is this something which Hurricane's spotted? I mean, I guess he has seen it's just been a single barracks. I guess he maybe. I think he's probably seen that. I think he's probably realised that, and he doesn't know about the gas though. So he's actually just moving around with his probe here in the middle of the map. Just looks as though he's spotting for anything coming across. Let's see if he's going back home after scouting out his opponent's base. And so we're just going to head back home as second gas is taken here by Center. Ooh. So this is going to be very interesting opening here. As a factory comes down, we're going to see Blink play out of Hurricane, or could be Dark Templar, but I imagine it's just going to be Blink. Blink's actually really good on this map. I mean, you know, you've got the front, or you've got this, or you've got, you know, you can attack the front, or you can come in this side. At the same time, it's kind of tough because the natural is in base. Can you Blink up there? Maybe. I'm not 100% sure on that. If you can, that'd be pretty sick. So this Marine here, just moving around the right side for Center, and Marine on the left side too, is just doing some early scouting, checking for any proxies. I mean, he doesn't have that Reaper, so scouting well is pretty important. Pretty important. It is actually going to be a Dark Shrine, so I guess this does kind of make a little bit more sense considering the map. He's going to drop this down in his natural expansion. And very unlikely that's going to be scouted, because I mean, if Center wants to spend a scan, well, he might scan the natural, because he might want to try and see the gas there. But is it would it cover that? I think it would, so kind of going to be 50-50 whether Center scans or not, and if he does scan, whether he scans in the main or the natural. If he scans in the main, he'll see a Twilight Council. Which could kind of hint towards, hey, maybe I should just get DTs just to be safe, just in case. Factory here just making mines and just starting to get defended against any potential early Oracle play. He's got 6 Marines in his main base. He has gone for that armory, so he's going to be playing mech here, which is intriguing, because I mean it's not what you usually see, right? But I don't think he's going to have anything for this for the Dark Templar. He's going to have no engineering base, so he's going to have to use only scans. And if he's just doesn't have scans at the right time, he's just going to take kind of game-ending damage. He uses a scan now, he does scan that main base. He sees a Twilight Research and Blink, but that's about it. He sees the Robo finishing up as well. I think this is just looking really good for Hurricane here in game number 2. A couple of sentries get warped in, and well, there is a Raven on the way. So Raven could definitely help out. I mean, he doesn't need any scans at all if he's got a Raven. So first Dark Templar tries to go up that ramp, doesn't see anything. I don't think he attacked anything either, so I don't think Center knows just yet. Warp Prism on the way out. Blink on the way here as well. Blink just over halfway done. Robo Baby being added on also. I mean, Hurricane really lacking information right now. He doesn't know it's mech. I guess he'll find out kind of soon. As, especially if he gets a DT in towards the main base. Which might be a little bit difficult. Warp Prism going to pick up this Dark Templar. And where's he going to ferry that into? Well, main base would be the completely wrong choice. Warps in another one, and I guess he's going to drop them off. Okay, he's going to drop them off in the natural here. Warp Prism comes forward, and oh, yeah, I guess denied straight away. Sees the Raven as well, and I think he may have seen the tank. He's actually going to make an Archon, which is kind of interesting. So he's not going to rely on the Dark Templar at all. He's just going to rely on the Archon. Try and do some damage. 5 extra gates being added on. I mean, that's not too surprising considering he's only been on 1 gate up until this point, or 2 gateways up until this point. He adds on a 3rd Nexus as well. And now with 2 Zealots and an Archon, I mean, it's just kind of a hit squad, right? It's kind of a harassment squad. Has to be so careful, though, of these mines. And mines are just going to burrow at the edges. Oh, this Warp Prism needs to be so careful. He's going to come in behind, and I mean, that's going to be the better place to go because he's not going to run into the mines then. And again, 2 Zealots and Archon could probably get quite a bit of damage done. Here we go, dropping off straight away. And he gets a couple of, just a single worker so far. Has to be so careful of the mine, though. And there we go. Big kill there by our Temperate player. Picks off Warp Prism, 2 Zealots, and an Archon for only 2 SCVs. It's pretty good going. And at this point, I think, seeing the tanks, I think Hurricane's probably going to start realizing this is mech. Only 2 base mech though, so it's going to kind of be one big push out of center to try and win the game unless it starts a third command center sometime soon. Hallucinated Phoenix is out here. Generally against mech, I think the strongest thing to do for pros players is just go into air units. I mean, I think trying to fight the ground army straight up is just kind of the way you lose. It's not good at all. So, well, we'll see. 4 tanks here. Medevacs, a couple of Medevacs popped out, and this army looks as though it's going to get ready to push. I mean, 4 tanks, handful of Marines. BDDs will be available from that Raven as well. Just going to make this any kind of push very, very powerfully. And I guess he will pull SCVs because he's only on 2 bases. So I guess it's kind of one of these pushes where it's going to be kind of do it or win or lose. And then moving across the map, though, center. Is he really feeling this confident about this? Here come the SCVs at the same time. He will see this now, and he needs to be so careful. Seeing this army begin to move across the map, and he's making a Templar Archives. I mean, if he can just get some Archons in, that would be great. Oh god, he's just kind of moved commanding through the middle here. Drops a Time Orb. Going to turn around and actually fight this. He takes down a tank, and he will blink to the side. He's going to lose a Zealot or 2 there. And center is in such a commanding lead right now. +1 on mech weapons is done. And, well, we might actually just see a bit of a base trade here instead. As, well, Hurricane is just chronobursting out Immortals back at home. He's got 1-1 about to finish. He's going to blink up to this high ground here. Tries to take down the Vikings. There's 2 tanks sieged up. He needs an Observer as well, though, because he's going to recall back home. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Although, that being said, he's recalled right into this army. And he has to be so careful. Feedback on the Medevac. I think he really probably wanted the Raven there. As the first Archon here is actually going to be made in range of their tanks, which is not a good start. Needs to pull that back as soon as possible. A couple of Mortals being pulled down here as well. It might just be time for well, yeah, he's going to pull everything. He's just going to go for this here. He's just going to try and bust out before the bunkers go up. And he's going to try and bust through. And is he going to be able to do it? The Mortals are targeting down the tanks very, very quickly. 2 Colossi as well. And there's 2 Archons which are struggling to actually get anything done. But it looks as though they will be able to get the work done. And they will be able to take down the Vikings there. And everything gets cleaned up. And this went so much better than I thought it would. For Hurricane, he shuts this down completely. I just didn't think that was possible in that position he was in. He's going to chase these 2 Medevacs as well. They should have boosts available. He's not using them, and now they'll get blinked upon. And maybe a bit of a bait to be able to get a shot off on the Stalker with these next few tanks. But that was a great start to this, well, defense from Hurricane. He's 69 SC probes to 37 SCVs, so army supply is still very even. 2-2 on the way for our Protoss player with only one, plus 2 mech weapons actually finished for center still. No third CC though, so again, he's really stuck on just these 2 bases, and he has to make something happen with this army right now. We see a lot of Stalkers actually coming along the right side, and I don't know if they're just going to try and catch the army out of position or what. Or maybe they're going to try and blink in and do some counter damage. As moving forward here, this army, these Stalkers should be able to get some damage done here. They're going to pick off a mine immediately. A couple of Vikings are going to go down. That's 2, 3 Vikings, and now 4 Vikings. He can blink away, and that's a huge pick off here. And he's going to be able to kite these Hellbats as well, which is pretty nice also. Hurricane actually looking pretty good right now as another warp in his Stalkers, big warp in his Stalkers. You're going to move out on the map with these as a Hellbat job is getting ready to come in towards the natural expansion. A couple of cannons in position though, so this is actually really good for Hurricane as well. Already kind of premeditated defense against this. As I think the next wave of SCVs may come across the map very shortly here. Center beginning to run out of time. He actually blinks into the main base. He's going to start taking down Tech Labs and taking down Tech Labs. Oh, he's running by with the rest of his Stalkers, which is a bit of a mistake. Taking down Tech Labs will deny further tank production. He's going to blink down here. Now he sees these tanks are moving forwards. He could probably go fight them. I mean, that's 5 tanks basically for free. He's going to move forwards. He is going to fight them. I think, yeah, 5 tanks go down pretty quickly. He's just going to blink micro away from them. And Center is also doing a lot of damage right now. He's killed off 15 workers with that drop. But he's lost 5 tanks, and that is absolutely huge. Worker count does even up a little bit here. So many Hellbats. I wonder if, what's the army composition? I think actually Colossi might be a bit of a, Colossus production might be a little bit better than Immortals right now, because with, Colossi are what's going to be what take the kind of thing that takes down the Hellbats here. The Hellbats, there's such a heavy count of them. You need splash damage against those. The Immortals maybe not so great at that, but then again, 2-2's finish for our pros playing 3-3 on the way. Still no third CC. That's going to start up right now. I mean, he's building a third CC so close to his third base, but not actually, I guess, because he just wants to sit and defend his natural a little bit more easily. But Hurricane is playing very well against this right now. Really, really well against this. And his Stalker's just going to fall back. Come over to the left-hand side a little bit. A barracks is going to start getting targeted down here. And Hellbats continue to be made. There's so many Hellbats in this army. 2 tanks and, like, countless Hellbats. He's going to morph a few of them into Hellions and try and run by, I imagine, at this third base. Alright, we do have a cannon coming up over here, but I mean, a cannon doesn't kill 4 Hellions that quickly. Hurricane, does he spot them? No, not quite. But he actually might just run into them anyways. Oh, kind of sad, actually, for our Terran player. Perfect force field as well, just block them off a little bit longer. And Hurricane will move across the map now. Try and see what's up. Hallucinated Phoenix gets killed off, sees the army there, sees the potential expansion. I mean, he sees there's only 2 tanks, and especially if he's going to fight from this sort of angle, from the left, these 2 tanks aren't going to really help out much at all until these first 2 tanks are dead. So it's not like he's going to be running into many tanks at all here. I think this is a very easy position for for Hurricane to engage. Now 2 more tanks to siege up. This might make this a little bit harder. It looks as though he's just going to try and go for it anyway. Big concave. Needs to be careful because a lot of his army's coming in before the rest of it, but he's just going to go for it anyways right now. And these Hellbats are going to try and split up a little bit and try and help each other, just try and get a bit of best concave they can. But Sentinel's just going to type out GG. Hurricane takes game number 2 and the series.